do this evening live, but I've been forced to do it. I think a lot of people that I once did, and I think a lot of people do today, and that is barter, what we call barter or exchange. So basically the concept is that you want to upgrade your car, you're probably driving a Raum and you want to get a Harrier, and you decide to go and let me go and exchange my car. I top up and I get another. It's it's basically the worst form of upgrading that you could do. I mean, it's stress free because for starters, you're not going to have the hassle of selling your car. You also not have the hassle of looking for a car because you drive into the bond, drive out of the bond in another car, blah blah blah. It looks very simple, but it's the worst form, and I'm going to tell you why. But you see, in the morning, hi Patrick, thanks for being here. So you remember in the morning how I told you that these mechanics, my God, I'm still being ripped off even as I am, but I was doing some research in the marketing and if you realize the market is flooded with fake spare parts, a lot of fake spare parts, because it's very hard for you to find a Ugandan trader nagging the Japan or Dubai and they bring the expensive genuine parts. They would always choose to buy the cheaper fake products as long as they can work for you for 2 or 3 months. It's they're in a business of volumes. If I can sell 10 kinds of spare to this guy a year, then it's good for me. It's good business for me. But yeah, so I was in the market, and so what happens in town basically? Let me just tell you this. In town, whether you're going to buy clothes, shoes, a watch, you're going to buy an engagement ring, you're going to buy a phone, at every shop they work like brokers, right? So the biggest spare parts market we know in Kampala is at Chiseka market, right? There, if you go and fail to get a spare part there, chances are high that it's not in Uganda. And so I go there, and then these guys always have like 3 standards of spare parts. They have three standards. They have the number Satu, they have the number Bidi, and they have the number 1. Okay? And majority of the times when you send your mechanic to go and buy stuff, ajakuleta number maker, number Satu. And when there is number 1, he will charge you for number 1, but he will make sure to bring number 3, because number 3 is much more. He gets a bigger cut, a bigger percentage of your money if it brings number 3. So that's what happens. Of course, you may never know. Majority of these traders have number 3, number 4, number 5. If number 10 exists, God knows. So what happens is when these traders go to Dubai or to Japan to bring spares, they look at the quality of spare parts from the same factory. That's why sometimes it's very hard for you to notice the difference. Okay, so they'll see number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. He will bring a lot of number 5 because it moves fast. The mechanics buy number 5. Let's say it's number 5. The mechanics buy the worst quality because it's cheap. Okay, so the cheap quality moves very, very fast. So they bring a lot of the cheap quality, and they bring very few pieces of the good quality. That's why you realize that sometimes you buy spares and you keep buying. And of course, this is how our mechanics have been trained. Customer wakuwa sente olina okusigazaako, so that always akasente. So that's how they have been trained. So no doubt about that. But it's good that we are alert. Anyway, akatali nkavudemu, and I've done my analysis, and I'll be doing a review of the shops probably. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm promoting people that I know sell some of the genuine stuff, and so that you see some of these things you can go and buy yourself. For example, there's no reason why a mechanic is buying wheel caps for you. Okay, there is no why a mechanic is buying. You see the nuts that that you put on the tire. There is no reason why a mechanic is buying for you those nuts. Because then he will become a broker. You can buy the nuts, you can fix the nuts yourself. There is no reason why a mechanic is actually doing that for you. So some of these things, like a bulb, you see the indicator bulb, it's between 2,000 5,000 depending on where you buy. But most of the time it should be 2,000. But you find that your mechanic is selling to you at 10. The headlamp bulb, it's between 10 to 20,000 depending on the wattage, how bright it is, and the quality. You'll find a mechanic is selling to you at 50,000. You get. So it's important that we learn, and I hope you know the regulation right now. If you have a car, if you have bought a car, or if you're planning to buy a car, togula motoka n'ogitekamu obutaalamu n'ongo aba VIP. You know those shimmering lights we bateka mu grill ya motoka. Don't buy them. Bagenda ku parking. Sometimes they can even impound your car. They have the authority to do that. So don't install those lights. Totekamu akagombe. Don't add spotlights that don't come with the car. That's the regulation. That's how it's supposed to be. That a motoka nga bwejja bond, for example, we in 2 headlamps, 2 indicators in the bumpers. That's how it's supposed to stay. Because under the law, any kind of modification, you're supposed to go to Ministry of Works, ask for permission, and then they tell you yes or no, and then you pay URA tax, and then after paying, you're welcome, Caroline. Thank you for being here as well. And then when you pay the tax, you're allowed. Let's say, for example, if you're going to your car, the engine blows. You're not supposed to just change the engine. What you need to do is you go to Ministry of Works and tell them and apply. You apply to change the engine, because now when your car comes in the logbook, minimum engine number. Okay, so if you're going to change the engine, it means you're going to change the engine number. It's going to be, so you need to apply, pay a tax. I think and then when you pay the tax, they allow you to change the engine, and then you can put, and actually you have to take it to URA for inspection. Majority of the old cars US, majority of them have different engines by now. Yeah, but that's how it's supposed to go. One thing Chebata kids are not allowed to change the body, the frame of the car. You're not supposed to change it. If a moroka chobola and moroka vizugwa kabenje bisere bisinga ne egwa nnyo. Okay, Mr. Maheno. Yes, I think you can get a fielder at 30 million. Is it less or strictly 30 million? Let me see. Below. Yeah. New, I don't know what you mean by new, but if by new you mean fairly used, yes. Okay, this is what happens. I think a few months ago, a friend of mine bought his own car. He shipped it via B-Forward, and by the time it got here, it was at 28 million. Yet he shipped it himself. Majority of the people that buy the fielders from here buy between 30 and 35 million, depending on which year. Now, you can get a fielder for below 30 million, but it won't be the latest years, 2018 to 2008, 2009. You may get a lower year, but you can get a fielder if you're not specific. Okay, but if you're specific, you might need to get 30 and above millions. Yeah, which might not actually be a problem. So you're not allowed to change the frame of the car, okay? Because the frame of the car is basically you saying, can't you say, you can't change your body. You can change the heart, you can change the lungs, you can change the liver, you can change the eyes, you can change the teeth, but your body, so that's why most of the times because frame I know there are people that change them, but still because there is that tag at the front of the car, engine number, frame number, and all that. It's very hard. The new cars like the Paso, actually that tag is bonnet. So with the Paso, I think you can actually change the body. I need to see if there are inscriptions on the frame itself. Yeah, so that's what happens. Barter trade. Kakati, I'm going to do a very short broadcast. I wasn't supposed to, because if I don't do this, then I might not do it. Barter trade is the worst form of car upgrade possible, and it's always we think that barter, I save time, savings because the Morocco there, and then normally the barter trade has a lot of disadvantages. For starters, you don't get the chance to actually inspect the car, because majority of the time ogenda okola barter okujanga ogenze mu motoka ya bond impya, and the new car bond guys don't do barter. What they do is they bring you guys that will buy your car, no tunde iyo, then wamala okutunda eyiyo n'obawa sente ezaabwe, the new car guys. But ababubondi obw'emmotoka enkadde bo babikola. How are you not getting a chance to actually inspect your car? It so happens that when you want to exchange the car, omala kulaba gy'oyagala. Bw'omala okulaba gy'oyagala n'ogamba emmotoka eyo njagala, ogamba emmotoka eyo njagala nga yatunda akusikola bata nenkuwa eyange nompa eyo nenkwongera sente nga kale jimpo nyongere ne sente bwezi. He dictates the price because it's you who is in need. Now when he dictates the price, kitegeeza you're not getting the deal that you want. Or I was still saying that when you decide to do barter trade, you're actually not getting you don't have bargaining power, because bwayagala emmotoka oli akwaze yange yiya omuntu yali bwe yeri mu 15 kati nyongera milioni 15. And let me tell you this, what happened is that apart from not getting the bargaining power, that the bargaining space, because you bwayagala, normally when we want, the person can dictate his terms, and this happens in mobile bond or kiriza barter. They accept barter for a reason, because barter is more profitable for them, and you need to understand that it can't be more profitable for them and also very favorable for you. Okay, it can only be good for one party, and majority of the times it's the seller that is favored. Okay, bw'ogenda okukola barter, the person calculates that his car is about 20 million, yours is about, let's say, 10 million. What he tells you is that my car is 27 million. Now when he tells you it's 27 million, because he knows you like the car, majority of the time when you try to do barter, you have really liked the car that you have pointed at. Let me imagine you're driving a Kruger and you want to get Kawundo area. You really want the Kawundo, and you look at this Kawundo, you have liked the interior, you have liked the tires and all that, you say engine nungi. Basically you like the car. The mere fact that you like it, you already think that this car is of high value to you. So whatever he says majority of the time, like, things will happen too fast. You get what I'm saying? So ojagamba ajja kugamba mmoroka yange ya milioni 27 eyeri mu kitegezo nyongera milioni 17. Omugambe naye 17 mugambe mingi. But remember, you will say ngoina milioni nga 10 ku account, and bwakugamba 17, just know 17 abajjayo 80% of the value of the car that he has. Okay, majority of the time that's what they say. That's what they do. They tell you to top up the amount that covers 80% of the cost of their own car, because when they sell your car, they want to cover the remaining 20%. Okay, and with that 20% they have already made profit, but also sell your car and make a profit from it. That's basically how it works always. Barter wakola okujja konga gwakola barter. Now tuve ku bond, because abo bond nyinza okulabika nga abakubi. It doesn't just happen with the bond. Majority of the time when someone wants to do barter, emotoka ebe mulemye, he has failed to sell the car, so he's trying to make sure that he gets a better deal. Let me imagine he has a car that he thought was worth 10 million, and trying to sell it in the market, he realizes the car is actually worth 6 million. And then, but when he does barter with someone that has another car, probably a low value car, that person can actually top him up 6 million and give him the car. Do you know what that means? He thought it was 10 million. Someone is giving them a car that is worth like 6 or 5 million, and they are topping up 6 million. Now, he can actually sell this car afterwards at 5 million, yet he also got 6 million, making it 11 million. I don't know if you get the math. The math is as simple as that. Majority of the time, the bogendo call a barter, you lose. Barter only favors the person that gets money. But if the kind of person that is going to do barter, give your car and give money, you will actually be losing money. It's the worst form of car upgrade that I know. I've done it before. I've done it like once. I had a Toyota Chivina Corona 19. I have a van, so on that in Rubaga somewhere. Math came back to me later, and I gave them my Corona, and I topped off 3.5 million to get a good. It was like I told you in the morning. These guys, one thing they mastered is washing. They wash the car. They even make you think your car is bad because for them they wash the car. So I reached this Kadudu, the last studio I drove, and the guy tells me to do yang million monana. But you know he tells me ngabo oli gwe ojja kumpe ye moto kunyongere milioni nya mbenga chibali down. Remember, majority of the time when we want to do better, we think we are getting a better deal, because when selling my car in the market, I would be selling it at around 3 million. But I thought, okay, let me just go, say I get another car there, and then that's what happened, by the way. I gave them my car that very day, gave them the key, they gave me another key, I drove off. But the dudu I got was worth 5 million, yet I topped off 3.5. If I had sold my Corona at 3 million, I would have topped off 2 million and gotten the same dudu. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Majority of the time, when you're doing better, you're actually losing money. I lost a 1.5 there. And later on, I realized that the same car was brought for better because the engine was dying. It was a petrol engine, and this old man, the owner before me, he worked at Parliament there. He told me later on when I had gone to do transfer that petrol station. When he went, he brought diesel, that's why I did better. So this guy actually went to do better because the engine was disturbing him. The car could move, but it was disturbing him, so he went to this car bond, and he topped up money, got a better car, and left his dying dudu in the bond for me to find. Now because I fixed the engine, I think like 2 times. Yeah, so I had gone to get a good deal. The car was very comfortable, but first of all, it had problems. I was overcharged. That's my personal experience with barter trade. Now there are other people that would have worse experiences. It's important whenever you can talk to someone who has bought cars for some time, or what experience they buy in a bonga bo. For me, that's my experience with barter. I'm sure there are others that have actually, because most of the time when you do barter, you go to these bonds. Now that's the deal you get, like what I got. But it also happens that sometimes you will actually go to an individual like me to do better because you think you're getting a good deal and get a bad deal. Because what you can call a better, like I wanted that van for business. Okay, that's why we get a bad deal. So it's important that as you decide to go do better, you know your facts. Because you want it, you don't even take your time to inspect. Like for me, when I went to buy that Kadudu, the mechanic I went with, but I could not even listen to him. But I did not even listen to him. I was so happy, overjoyed with getting this car. I even gave him money. I was happy, I wanted this car. And I think that's what happens with all guys that do barter trade. But I still think, that's why I'm sharing it. There's a lot of noise. Sorry. I think it's because my windows are open. Let me close them. Yeah, I hope, however, the noise was there, but I hope you guys actually heard. Yeah, I have a set of microphone that I actually bought. I just have to test it and make it work. It should do very well for us. Can I get a new model at 15 million UB series of which Spacio? Yes, you can. it would be a UBA, UBB. I can't guarantee the quality. I can't guarantee so Patrick is asking if he can get a Spacio new model UB series at 15 million. Yes, you can. It will be the very first UB series. So I've been telling you guys, a person that has about 15 million, with 15 million, you can choose for a variety, and you'll get new, like some of the good number plates, UB series. You get a Wish UB series. You can get a Fielder, of course, not the newer models, but the number plate will be not very old. It will be still in UB. You can get, of course, Primos. That's complicated. You cannot get a Primo UB series at 15. If you do, you have to check it extra hard. Actually, even the Fielder, you'll have to check it extra hard, because what we Morocco is yebera Katari at that moment. A Morocco yebera yeri Katari at that moment. Yebera highly priced. There's a time when the Corolla G Touring was on the market. It was the car to buy. Because it was the car at that time. So you guys, the inspection I'm telling you about the Yobutala, it's there. They are telling the lorry guy to remove the lights on the side mirrors. You see the indicators, the extra indicators. Yeah, so they're actually very serious these days. Like you see all that jam is because they are stopping the cars in front and so you need to be extra careful. The guys, extra lights, yeah, so that you don't lose time and money because you did not know. Also, let me go back to the topic. So, hey Arthur, what's the average price of the VRS new shape or usual 1.3cc, both new and used? Now, the new Vits, I hope I've answered you, Patrick. The UB series, yes, you can get new shape. Hey, I'm working. Okay. So, Vits, you can get between 12, let's say 13 and 17 million, the 1.3. Now the 1.0 you can get actually cheaper, okay, if it's used on Ugandan roads already. You can get between Katiempia, it can go as high as 30 million, depending on where you buy from and the kind of deal you get. It can go as high as 30 million, 35. Because there are modifications. What was the writer? Is it young as a lot of extras? What was it? If it's manual, if it's auto manual, you get it. So a lot of specifics come in. But the new shape of the Vits, you can buy it from between 13 to 30 million. Okay? Yeah. Mileage as well. And someone asked me some time back, is the mileage within the clocks in real? Yes, it's real, especially if it's the digital ones. And the cost is actually too high that it's not worth it. Majority of the times the people that actually buy cars don't care about mileage. But engine, gearbox, and they like the interior and the body, then they buy the car. I don't really remember the last time I actually bought a car I liked and I looked at the mileage, because sometimes it doesn't matter. Someone can decide to not change the mileage on the real clock that was there. The original clock na mileage internal. You get, so I wouldn't, mileage is important, but I don't want to add nti wemba ngule motoka ngisukeno mileage olweba No. We all know cars that have died nga zirina mileage ntono banyinizo ne zibatama. So it's yeah. So mileage should not be used as a benchmark. But what bits you can get it for between 15 depending. Because there also kusanga bits ngeri mu boni naye nga nkadde okusinga eri ku kkubo. I don't know if you get what I mean. Nga ne mileage yayo nene okusinga eri ku kkubo. And I've told you before why I don't really like buying cars from the bond is because emmotoka gy'ogula mu bond buying yeah. So all the extra, but if you buy like a Vitz RS for example, the Vitz the RS the road jagisanganga omuntu yagigula ajagala. So extra bonna yabukolako ate nga tajja kusera because agivuzeeko. Normally nze abantu baba balowooza I'm against buying cars from the bond. No, sometimes you can actually go and buy a car from the bond in a way yagala, but bw'oba also at a slightly cheaper price gigule because waliwo bye yakola ey'omu bond byotagenda bisangamu. I don't know if you get what I mean. And then ekira emmotoka z'omu bond ezimu ziparking ogipasanga eparking z'omwaka mulamba ng'eri mu bond. Parking z'omwaka omulamba n'ebyokola era kyenkugamba. So but either way the decision is yours. The Vitz is a very good emmotoka era kuvuga mmotoka za manual totera nga oba obadde tozivugangako togula motoka ya money right now ejja kutawaanya. Okay, yeah. Someone is asking me, Arthur, is Spacio Super 2000 model good to buy? Yes it is, but I find that those older Spacios are overpriced. Majority of the time okugula Spacio old model gibayita super, you can actually afford the newer model. Now if you can afford the newer model mbadde nga mbagamba wano, don't buy the old model. The newer model is much better performance, better mileage on the fuel, and better comfort, and even the resale value is higher. So don't buy the Super 2000 model or whichever model if you can actually, if your money can get you the newer model. Ontegera kyenkugamba new model gyenjogerako mugimanye. So mu motoka zonna ne bwoba ogenda gula taxi kigege, togula kigege sente zo bwe ziba zigula drone. You get, these Japanese are not stupid. We have been driving their automobiles. And let me tell you, every newer model comes with something better. Sometimes here, because like I told you, our mechanics don't have the theory. I told you, mechanical wafe, abamwana ku myaka 15 fees nezibula, mama we nagamba age mugaja igo kanika. That's how they learn. Tebamanyi Luzungu, tebamanyi kusoma, majority of them after tebamanyi Luzungu, tebamanyi kusoma, kugamba ka theory nga katono dala nga emmoroka empya bw'enejja nga yeetaaga okusoma talina na watandikira kukola research. You get what I'm saying? So it's important that you understand that every newer model that is produced of a car is better than the older model. So there is no reason why you're buying an older model and one new model. Some mechanics are telling you the CVT gearbox is bad. It's not. Kwanye emmoroka empya zijja kati ezisinga zina CVT. CVT gearbox is good because it actually saves fuel. It's smooth, the driving is smoother, so the engine tekola nnyo because gearbox eri efficient. So ogenda okwesanga ng'osavinga sente nyingi nnyo mu mafuta okusinga alina automatic. Of course nogikanika ya bei, nogigula ya bei because the gearbox egenda mu Caractise, egenda mu Wish na CVT, egenda mu Fielder ya million 4. But how many times have you seen a car ng'efudde gearbox? Kyolina okukola, don't just change your hydraulic ow'omu gearbox eyo. Otherwise bijja kusobera. I hope I'm clear. So always the newer model is better. Ogula super because you can afford the new model. I know inzo kuba muli mutima ojagala ngogamono atamanyi byayogerako ezo new model teziwangalanya kulimba ogenda kufana motoka. You should buy ebintu ebimu tubigulenga we put in mathematics, my brother. If you're going to buy a car, think about 2 years from now. Will you still want the same car? When I was growing up, I used to love the Starlet. Then I upgraded. I started loving the Toyota Surf. Then I wanted the Super Custom. then over which car did I want? Now I want what takes me home and takes me to work without breaking down. I hope you get me. If I have a car, it has air conditioning, that's what so I think priorities should shift. What is important when we are buying a car. Waliwo omuntu eyaze nangamba ate bwe ngula rawumu super simanya alina obutala bwe buti nemugamba but rawumu old model ogenda giguzaani ng'ogikooye because ojja gikoowa. You know when you get something and it's still new oba olaba kyekisinga but after some time wakati bw'onooba okooye emmotoka eyo ogenda giguzaani because gw'ogenda gikoowa waza akendedde nga kati abantu bavuga new models. Let's say the car that drives the car for a long time ng'ogenda vuga emmotoka eyo emyaka 10. Why are you buying a Spacio Super which is going to be out of nga mukatale evudemu in 10 years? Buy a new model because in 10 years ejja kuba ekyaliko nnyo ze zijja okuba zikirina z'ebiseera ebyo. Get what I'm saying? So I hope I'm clear. Yeah, so I have to say bye-bye. My internet still went off. It's going in the morning. Ask me, can you 6 million you can get a car? It will not be in the yes, you can get it. The thing that happens with cheap cars is that it's cheap. It has a lot of things to fix, but you fix as you drive. That's why you see our fathers and grandfathers have driven cars for years. Akagenda nagula kamotoka ke million 3 navuga nga bwakanika kafudde ki bakiteekemu kafudde ki bakiteekemu navuga akamotoka ke emyaka 20 gwenga weebuuza akikola atya okitegeera because agule motoka gy'asobola. It's important that you also buy a car that you can manage. Tomaraga agula motoka because neighbor we yaguze kawundo anoga nange nsobola kawundo bana njja kugula kuruga. You don't know how much this person earns daily or monthly. Gogenda omwepankeko nti ovuge kuruga oba kawundo. Gule motoka gy'osobola. If at the moment you have 10 million, there is no reason why you get all the 10 million ozigulemu emmotoka. Gule motoka ya million nga mukaaga ogigule nga bwokanika mpola nga nezo sente zenda bwe zikolera ebirala. I don't know if I'm clear. Kansubire njogera bitegeerekeka. But also don't buy a very bad car. Okay? Yeah. Tewemalako sente because you want to drive a new car. Cars have a funny thing. Nti emmotoka kye kintu kyovuga n'ova wano oba otuukalira ole n'egitomera n'eggwawo. Kati imagine you used up all the 10 million to buy a car nga tokyalina yadde ekikumi n'ole n'ekuba emmotoka eyo n'egimalawo. What will happen? Ogenda kuboze ku zero kuba sente wazeemazeeko ng'ate n'emmotoka ekoze eki nga n'emmotoka egenze bagitadde ku poliisi baganja okugita IOV yaganya okugira olina giguza mutemi agigula miliyoni emu. I don't know if I make sense. I have to go. I hope I've had a good conversation. Tokola Barter bw'oba oyagala upgrading emmotoka yo. Don't exchange your car and top up money. Only exchange your car wobanga it's in your favor. Majority of the time it's not. Majority of the time it's not. Ekyo njagala okitegeere. Majority of the time when people do barter, they are losing money. They are not keeping or making money. So I had to go. We'll catch up tomorrow. These days I have a broadcast in the morning at around 7:40. I have a broadcast that goes for about an hour. And then we can chat there. Thank you, Patrick, for being at both broadcasts. Yeah, so I have that broadcast in the morning, but I'm also going to be doing the evening broadcast. As I also do the uploads, many uploads are coming up. They're in the editing room. Yeah, they'll be coming up. But I hope I've been helpful. One more thing, I promise to share this, so if I don't share it, means of that sharing. You know when you're going up country and you decide to take a bus, I hope it's only because your car is in bad condition. If it's in good condition, you can actually drive your car, drive in peace. And say, you know, the demo bus, it wasn't really comfortable. It's okay with foot in buses. Sometimes you have neighbors and some of these buses don't even have windows. You get what I'm saying? So bobango ine motoke yonga nunji. Yes, DJ, where I can get your car tracking device. Oh, I did reply actually, my boss. Let me just say my number again here if you want a tracking device. It's 0752 991 051. 0752 991 051. You can call or WhatsApp. And normally we can actually come to you and install it from where you are. Kasitoba ngatoli outside Kampala over the nearby Wachiso areas. We can come to you. You don't have, but if you want to come, our office is at Barter Valley. You know Barter Valley, opposite Novik Hospital, Kubombo Road. You can come there and we install it for you there and then. I'm so sorry if it seemed like that, but I actually replied in a year katikadera kuzemu. You can come to us a number and or we can come to you and install it for you. Yeah. So I was still telling you we're going up country like Christmas season. Katandi kokusamu marathon olabo bakolera. If you're going up country ngo ine motoka yongere in good condition, so tuka muchalo. There is, okay, I'm going to write there. There is you can actually drive your car and even save some money. Okay? You can drive your car and even save some money. How? The normally when I do is I drive to Busega and I stop taxi back a passenger and I tell them jagala yabantu because my car would take 4 people jagala yabantu bana. Okay? Nembaranti burubango lugendo lya sasula taxi sasula emitwalo 2 I charge them 15, that's 60,000. Now if I charge 60,000 broker nemuwayo aka 5k. Okay? Now when I give the broker aka 5k I have 55,000. Majority of the time, okay, the times that I've actually used that method, the journey that takes me covers 80% of the fuel that I need. Okay? But I don't do it for just the journey that takes me. I also do it for the journey that brings me back. And if I do it that way, normally I end up saving a lot. I end up saving money. Okay, why can't I? Yeah. So the people that if you want a tracking device, you can actually reach me and we can install it. We don't have of time, we need maximum 40 minutes and we have installed it in the right way that will not cause you problems. Now for those that don't know how our tracking device works, you can stop your car using your mobile phone. You need data on the phone, by the way. You need data on the phone. So you can stop the engine of the car. You can stop it using your mobile phone. You just switch off the engine vehicle and the tracker just gives you time to recover your car wherever you be. Let me finish my narrative that we're walking up country, go to a stage, like if you're going to Gulu, go to Waise, talk to those brokers, but whoever a passenger. Now, people will tell you that it's dangerous. Actually, it's not. If you're scared of these people, all your windows are down. That should keep you safe enough. Okay? These people, because these people don't expect you, it's hard to find that you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've used that method for some time, and I think it might come in handy for a person that is going to go up country this Christmas season. Or bus kubeera uncomfortable. For me, I don't like buses. I don't like taxis because I'm never comfortable in there. Taxis are worse because you know the taxis have those fuels, the fumes. I get out of a taxi and I spend 2 hours and my stomach still hurts because of those bad fumes that come out of a taxi. The buses, it's mostly the neighbor because the buses don't have windows, and those that have windows, normally the person that sits at the window will refuse to open the window. You get, and you ask yourself why you seated on the window, by the way. Kakati, that's a method that I wanted to share. My brother, DJ Joe, I can't type actually. The typing, YouTube kept it for you guys. It's only you guys who can type here. But I hope I've answered you. 752-991-051. You can install the tracker as early as tomorrow morning because right now it's past office hours. Yeah, and that, just like that, your car will be safe. I wish you guys a very good evening. As you go back home. For those that are home, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have a broadcast in the morning as well. Ciao.